Hello everybody, my name's Hope and welcome back to my channel, and if you can't tell, I'm in a theatre. This is a very last minute thing, did have to run for the train, which is why you haven't seen anything thus far, but we have made it, and we are here at Newsies. This is my seat, this is you in Manhattan, which, you know, given that it was like we're like kind of near the back, pretty good seat. So miraculously, we've actually booked to see 2 shows today, so I'll be seeing Bonnie and Clyde later in the day, if all goes to plan, hopefully. But yeah, so we're here at Newsies. I know some of the songs, I don't know all of the songs. I know like 50%. And I like know what goes on. I have a lot of friends that have seen the show and they said they really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping I will too. But yeah, that's all I kind of have to say. I'll show you some chaotic, they're not very chaotic, but some clips that I took. Not very many, but a few. And I'll see you at half time, I guess. Bye. Hello everyone. It's half time, as I said it would be. I just want to say it's great, you know. It's a good time, it's a fun time, the dancing is great, you know. Like, it won Best Choreography, and I think you can clearly see why. I'm still shocked it didn't get even nominated for set design. Like, I'm looking at the set and I'm seeing what they do with it, and it's absolutely insane. And the fact it didn't get nominated for set design, I think is personally criminal. I do know more of the songs in Act 1 than I do in Act 2, so I'm curious to know what the songs in Act 2 sound like. And, you know, I'm having a good time. Really good seat as well, so that was great. You know, for 25 quid, can you complain? No, you can't. I think all the characters are really strong. I'll give you a full review after the show, but yeah, go watch it. So as you can see, I'm behind Oklahoma, definitely not at Newsies anymore, but now I'm going to see Bonnie and Clyde, so I'm going to leave the vlog portion here, and this is my review of Newsies, and then you'll get a whole new vlog for Bonnie and Clyde. So we haven't been here in a while, have we? I apologise for that extremely chaotic vlog, because it was very last minute and everything was a bit wayward, and also if you hear some weird noises, they're just my pants, they're a bit noisy, so sorry about that. But yes, I am talking about Newsies first. I may also talk about Bonnie and Clyde in my next vlog in the same outfit, and if you see that, no you didn't. Anyway, yes, I saw Newsies at the Troubadour Wembley Park Theatre. There's a lot of words I can't remember, and I sat in Manhattan, for anyone that was wondering. But I really enjoyed the production. I have to keep repeating this, but I still don't understand why this wasn't nominated for set design. I think the lighting design was also great, but the set design especially was something that I was literally looking at it and I was like, yes, it was great, loved it. It was interesting, it was new, it really made use of the space. Like, there's just so much of it where I was like, set design, why didn't it get nominated? And I'm still mad. I'm not mad it didn't win, because obviously it didn't get nominated, but I think it should have at least got nominated, in my personal opinion. Now, I didn't know a ton of things about Newsies beforehand. I knew a couple of the songs, I knew Carrying the Banner, I knew What Happens, I knew Seize the Day, I knew a couple of the songs, and I knew the roundabout general story, but I didn't know like specifically, like beat by beat what's gonna happen, because for a lot of musicals, I do. And I go into it being like, yes, I know exactly what's going to happen. But that wasn't the case with this show. I thought it was a fun show. I thought it was very simple, and not in the sense of the way they produced it, because the way they produced it, they did a lot with it. But as a show, like, the plot is very simple. It's very much cause and effect. This thing happens, so they do this. This thing happens, so they do this. It's not like other musicals where a lot happens, or the plot is at least a little bit more complex. It's a very simple plot, and I think that's fine for the kind of show that it is. Just say the lighting design and the sound design, also great, totally fine. I do wish they'd changed the Brooklyn boys bit a little bit, because in the London production of the show, all the Brooklyn boys are played by women, and it's quite low, because obviously it was originally written for men. I'm not saying they couldn't sing it, because they could, but, and obviously because it's in a song, it'd be weird to change the key, but I don't know. It sounded fine, but I wish they somehow found a way to bring it up a little bit, just because I think it could have sounded better. But the inclusion of female newsies, I was all there for that. Totally there for that. Loved it. I don't know if I have anything more to say on a technical standpoint. I will say sometimes I was scared for some of the newsies' lives. Not for like a dangerous reason, but because I overreact a lot. And basically one of the structures of it's like a 3-story. It's not a building, but it's just like lots of staircases and like scaffolding kind of. And one of the sections of that, it was shaking a lot and I was getting very scared because it was like one of them time they jumped on it and it went like, and I was like, I don't like this. It was the same when essentially, this isn't a spoiler for like the plot or anything, but there's a point in the show where there's like a bunch of them on like lamps and like spinning on these lamps like high in the air, and I was very much scared for their safety. Same as anytime anyone does any kind of flip, I'm like, please, I know you do this like 8 shows a week and it's fine, but I'm still scared for your safety. So yeah, just a random aside there. But I think really from a technical perspective, the show was completely fine. I don't think there was anything wrong with it in that sense. I think the book is also fine. I think the music is fine. I think it's all very fine. Some of the songs I do feel like come out of a bit of a weird place. Like, I always thought that the context to Watch What Happens was different, but it very much, like, Catherine doesn't feel that much of a main character in the show as a whole. And then she starts singing that song and it's like she becomes one of the main characters because they put that song in, even though she doesn't actually have as much to do as you would think. But with that being said, it was fine. I liked it. It was great. Then performances. I thought most of the performances were strong. I feel like a lot of the choices that were made wouldn't be choices I would make, but that's not saying they were bad, because everyone's allowed their own interpretation of characters and the way they choose to sing songs and the way they choose to go about it, and that's totally fine. I thought all the performers were great. It was just sometimes I wanted them to do a bit more, but like not in the way of like they weren't doing enough, if that makes sense. I don't know. When I watched this production, I came out of it being like, that was fun. That was nice. It was a good time, you know? And sometimes that's all you want, and that's totally fine. But there was a lot of really impressive stuff about it, but there was something missing, and I'm wondering if that's what it was. It might not have been. Maybe if something was slightly changed, I would have enjoyed it more, but I cannot tell you what that thing is, and so that's why I'm saying it. Maybe just some bolder choices. I don't know. I don't know how to fix what it was, because there wasn't a problem. There was just something missing, if that makes sense. One really random thing is, I have no idea, I think his name Pulitzer? It's like the Pulitzer Prize, but I forgot how to pronounce it. The guy playing Pulitzer, he was Gomez in the UK tour of Addams Family that I actually have a vlog for on this channel. That was just a really random aside. He was great in this. He sang the bottom line and it suited him so well. And just, yeah, that was just an aside. That was really fun. The guy playing Jack was great. He trained at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland, which isn't one of the most common drama schools to find people have trained at. Not because it's a bad school, but because they only take like 18 people in a year. But he was great, Davey was great, Les was great. All the people were just really, really strong. There was quite a few character voices going on. That's, again, not a bad thing, but just something I noticed, because I know that some people hear character voices and they get really annoyed about it. But they were all putting on New York accents. That probably also factored into why they did it. But I feel like the main thing you have to talk about when you talk about Newsies is the dancing, because it takes up a very large portion of the show. And all those boys have so much talent. And the women also so much talent. Everyone in that show, just everyone. A lot of talented people in the show. It's an off West End show, which I didn't actually realise. I thought it was West End, but it's not. It's kind of far out of London. It's like right at the end of the Bakerloo line is how you get to the theatre. But the dancing was great. Would I love to be able to dance like that one day? Yes. Am I probably going to be able to do all of that? No. But we can but try. But there were lots of turns. I did notice a lot of people doing the same tricks, but I didn't really care because they're impressive and I like watching people dance. So, like, there's this one section, this guy does a lot of turning. And when I mean a lot, I mean like a lot. But I didn't really care because I like watching people turn. I think it's really cool. And it's also extremely impressive. Like, turning for like 32 counts, 16, 32 counts, that is a lot of turning to do. So, honestly, can't complain. And it is absolutely no surprise that Newsies won for Best Choreography. It was so clear, literally from moment number one, that it should have won for choreography. Like, absolutely no doubt in my mind. And I think just as like a closing statement, if you're thinking about going to watch this show and you're like, oh, I don't know if I like it, you'll like it. It's a fine show. It has amazing performance in it, amazing choreography, set and lighting is great. Like, it's a good show. And if you just want a fun time, I genuinely don't think I know a single person that didn't like this production. So that says a lot. Like, I know a lot of people are obsessed with it, rightfully so. So if you're like thinking about it and you're just looking for a fun show and a nice time, I really do think Newsies is the one for you. Also, if you just want to watch people do impressive choreography, also a bonus. But I'm pretty sure that's kind of all I have to say. What were your thoughts on Newsies if you've seen it, or if you know the Broadway version, because I'm pretty sure it's on Disney Plus. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? And speaking of liking and not liking things, are you gonna like this video? That is the question. Do you like me enough? But seriously, it really helps me out all the time. So, you know, you can like this video. If you liked it, you can subscribe down below. If you like it, you can follow me on all my social medias, which is XOWilsonX on Instagram, HopeWilson45 on TikTok, and HopeWilson with 2 N's and an underscore on Twitter. Surprised I got all of those words out correctly. You can also follow me at my second channel, Hope Vlogs. I try and upload them there when I can, but it's a bit chaotic if you want to see my life just as a whole. But thank you so much for watching this video. Keep enjoying musicals as much as me, and I will see you in the next one.